we talk about change, analogy of having a GPS. If you're going somewhere and you put in your directions and you miss a 10, it doesn't ask you to go back. It redirects you.
Yeah.
So recalculates that, and you're still going to make it to your destination.
Not everyone enjoys having to change because it means having to do something differently. It means having to learn something.
We all have the tendency to change. We can change in so many ways. You could have an interest today. Tomorrow, something else might come up. So it's okay.
Hello and welcome to Coffee with Genny B. It's conversations over coffee. It's about community, connections, what brings me joy, and everything in between. I'm your host, Genny Sackleback. As an instructor at the University of Winnipeg PACE, which is Professional Applied Continuing Education, I teach international students from a number of different countries and cultures. And I'm always interested to know about their journey to Canada, what made them decide to come to Winnipeg. And I love to hear stories about their life back home and their experiences coming to Winnipeg. And a lot of students tend to arrive during the winter. They don't understand how cold it can be. And they look at the snow and think, oh, how pretty that is. But then they realize that it's just an illusion of that prettiness, and they have to deal with the actual reality of starting over in a new country. My guest today is one of my students who originally came from Ghana, and I wanted to know a little bit more about her journey and also a little bit more about what life is like for her now in Winnipeg. So please help me welcome my guest, Magda Ava. Hi, Magda.
Hi, Genny.
So thank you for being here.
It's absolutely a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
As well.
I love that you're wearing your earrings and representing the colors of Ghana.
I love showing my country, and I love bright colors as well. So Ghana flag gives me the perfect color combination.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
And it looks so beautiful on you.
Thank you. So do I like yours?
Well, thank you. So tell me about your journey to Canada. What made you decide to come to Canada?
Okay, thank you. So before then, I'll just give you a brief background about me. So I, as you mentioned, from Ghana, and back home in Ghana, I was into software consultancy. So I spanned from various industry, banking, insurance, and software found me. But on the side, I also had my consultancy that was more into events, sponsorships, and fundraising. So for me, I just wanted to improve my skills, knowledge, and get that experience regarding my consultancy roles, which is the sponsorship and events bit. So I chanced upon University of Winnipeg, the advertisements for PR and communication. I said, wow, that is a great course to take. And so that was what started the whole journey. Beyond that, I was also looking at having to broaden my horizon, yes, and creating more opportunities, not only for me, but for the family as well. So that is how I think Winnipeg found me. So yes, yeah, so that's how I landed here in Canada and attended University of Winnipeg. And it was absolutely a great experience having you to be one of my lecturers. And yeah, and you took one of the courses that was very dear to me, yes. So I really appreciate that. That's how it all started.
Wonderful, yes, because I taught you fundraising and fund development, and then also we did event management. And so it's interesting because before coming into the course, I didn't realize that you had that interest and that background in fundraising. So you're right. Winnipeg found you, and it was an opportunity for you to come at the right time and to be able to take those courses and really enhance your knowledge of fundraising.
Right.
But with the knowledge that you were able to gain through PACE and of course the experience back home, how has that helped you now in your career choices?
Great. So as I said earlier, and when I was having a conversation with you behind, I mentioned earlier that having to experience Canada, school, the whole landscape has taught me how dynamic I am. So I wanted to pivot from just sales and marketing into philanthropy, non-profit, humanitarian, and I had this passion for sponsorship and fundraising. So for me to having received that tuition, that learning experience from you, it has changed the landscape for me a bit.
Okay.
And if it's okay for me to mention that after school, I worked in HR, and HR again found me. I did not, I studied a bit of HR in my undergrad, but I applied for a role here in sales and marketing. HR manager then was leaving the company, had an opportunity to go to school. And then she said, oh, I like this lady because I just like her personality. She's going to be good with people. And she approached me if I can do that. I said, yes, absolutely. I excel in everything I do. You know, sometimes you need to blow that horn.
Of course.
So I landed in HR, did that very well for over a year. And then it was time. I need to go back to my passion, humanitarian, helping people. I love to help people. And, you know, Manitoba happens to be such perfect place for me because there's a lot of, we say it's a friendly Manitoba. We read it out there, but it's actually a friendly one here. That is the experience I've had. And so I see a lot of nonprofits around, charity organizations, and I mean, everything just worked together for me here. And currently I'm fully into a nonprofit organization, a mental health space. So I really like that.
That's wonderful. And you know, when I asked that question, you know, what was your journey coming to Canada? I mean, there's the physical journey, of course, you know, making that decision to, you know, decide, okay, where am I going to go? And then actually taking that journey, trying to settle yourself here in Winnipeg, finding, you know, lodging and then school and all the rest of it that goes along with it. But there's a different kind of a journey as well. It's, you know, you've mentioned a few times how it's found you, you know, and it happens that you maybe were in the right place at the right time. And I truly believe, and I know that we've talked about this before, but I truly believe that the universe has a plan for us. But it's one thing for the universe to have a plan and to set it out for us. It's another for us to actually pay attention and are we ready to receive? Are we ready to go forward and accept that path that is in front of us? Because you have, you know, and I think it's Robert Frost, the poet, who talked about, you know, there's two paths that diverge and which one am I going to take? And so whatever path you decide to take is the one that takes you in a certain direction. And it doesn't necessarily always lead to the direction that you want to be, but at the same time, it gives you that opportunity to learn, is this the direction that I want to go in? What is the lesson that I'm learning here? Can I take that lesson and then maybe apply it in a different direction? And so I feel that maybe there's a little bit of both in your story here.
Right. That's point on. So every time we talk about change and things happening the way we don't plan and all that, what comes into mind for me is the analogy of having a GPS or being a pencil artist. So the GPS, if you're going somewhere and you put in your directions and you miss a 10, it doesn't ask you to go back. It redirects you.
Yeah.
So it recalculates that and you're still going to make it to your destination. If you're a pencil artist and you miss something, you always have that eraser to erase. What if you're not a pencil artist? You're using paint. What opportunity does that give you? You can decide to do something else.
Yes.
So for my journey, it hasn't been all a walk in the park. It's all not smooth. A lot of immigrants out there can also attest that it is not that smooth.
It's not linear.
No, not at all. But what is important is you. You're the artist of your life, right? You're the one who decides. Situations will happen, things will happen. But at the end of the day, are you still going to be to move on, or what are you learning out of the experience? Life always happens to us in so many ways. And so yes, I found myself in a different direction. My GPS recalculated. It doesn't mean I have arrived then. No, I am still becoming. I'm enjoying the process. I'm embracing it. I'm making the most out of it. I'm still learning.
Yes. And it's never about the destination, because I truly believe we never actually find that destination. Well, actually we do. It's when we leave the earth, and then that is our final destination. But until then, we're constantly moving. And as you say, you know, we're recalculating, we're trying different paths, we're deciding, even if we've been on a path that we enjoy doing, after a while, it loses its flavor, perhaps, it loses its intensity. And that's not to say that, you know, you give it up, because I know people that have been doing whatever they're doing, they've been doing it for a long time. They still love what they're doing. They still find that joy, that passion, whatever it is that brought them to that place in the first place. But then others are, you know, I've been doing this for a while. I'm not sure that it really fits me. I'm not sure that I'm passionate about it. Maybe it's the same old, same old. What else can I do? You know, and sometimes we don't know right away. And sometimes it's putting our faith into the universe and saying, okay, I'm going to leave the job that I'm not happy with, and I'm putting it out there that I'm ready to receive whatever comes my way.
Absolutely. And Genny, you know what? It's never too late to change. It's okay to change. They say people don't change, but I totally disagree with that. We all have the tendency to change. We can change in so many ways. You could have an interest today, and tomorrow something else might come up. So it's okay. Sometimes you look at your experience back home, I mean, professionally and all that, and you feel like, no, this is quite, I mean, too short of a time for me, or I've climbed the ladder to this part. I have this experience and I don't want to change, but it's okay. It's always okay to change. Yes, whatever you're doing. So that is what I've also applied to my life. And do you know one thing that is constant? Do I call that an oxymoron? Constant change is change.
It is, yeah.
Something that is constant about life is change. So I'm embracing change. And I'm learning. It's a process. And whilst at it, let's enjoy the moment, because we are not here forever. We're all on a trip. Right?
We are.
Yeah.
The thing about change is that not everyone enjoys having to change, because it means having to do something differently. It means having to learn something. But the thing about change is that you have to adapt to what's going on. And I know during COVID, one of the biggest names, or the words I should say, was pivot. Okay, well, we can't do this, so we have to do something else. It's either, oh my gosh, I can't do anything more, I'm stuck, or can I find something different? Can I go in a different direction? Can I make something new? And out of that, because when people invent different things, sometimes there's a reason why they've invented something, but sometimes it happens by accident. So
the microwave.
The microwave, Post-it notes, you know. So you're looking at your situation right now, and you're not a tree, you're not a plant. You can pick up and move, but sometimes we feel that we're stuck, because maybe we don't have a purpose. We don't know what direction to go in. And so sometimes, personally speaking for myself, feeling that sense of overwhelm, it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what direction. Should I go here? Should I go there? You're taking a chance. You're putting faith in that it's going to work out. And then you're also asking yourself, well, what if it doesn't? You know, and always that sort of negative, what if it doesn't? But then if you flip it around and say, yes, but what if it does? And maybe it's not forever. Maybe you're there 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever it is. And if it doesn't work for you, then you move on, try something else.
Yeah, that's right. And for me, it's not about getting it right all the time. I have been in the place and the situation. I think I'm still there trying to figure things out. Yes, I'm always figuring things out. I don't always get it figured out. I find myself in situations where I ask myself, what am I doing? Did I make the right decision? And I know that a lot of people get to that place where you question yourself, you question your decisions and all that. It's okay. That's what makes us human. But what I have learned, that in the midst of all this, I found other things that I do that brings me joy, where I can vent, where I can meditate. I found myself reading a lot of books these days. Yes, in a whole year, it takes a while for me to complete a book, but from January till now, I can say I've done 7 to 8 books.
Oh, that's
both
amazing.
Audio, physical books, and find that thing that puts your mind at ease. That thing that can make you meditate. And that is what I did for myself. And enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's important. And when you talk about meditation, it's that idea of slowing things down for yourself.
Yeah.
And really paying attention to, first of all, what's happening inside, and then also looking at what's happening outside. And you can't necessarily change what's happening outside of you, but you can
control.
You can control what's happening inside, and you can make those deliberate choices to, okay, so life is a little crazy. What can I do to find that moment for myself? Meditation, taking time to read a book, just being very deliberate and intentional about finding those pockets of peace for yourself.
Yeah, I work out every day.
Good for you.
Yeah, and I'm always like, girl, you're doing well, because it's one of the activities that I've found that helps me a lot to appreciate the day. Think about what next. When I feel that my body, I'm feeding my body well with the exercise and all that. So for everybody, they find that particular thing that brings them into that space.
Yes.
So, my journey here has taught me a lot of things I've discovered a lot of things I'm interested in. I have learned and unlearned. Yes. So, that is life. We pick up things, we drop them and all that. But at the end of the day, we need to survive and go through and enjoy the time we're here.
Yes.
Challenges will always come. That moment of what is this, we always will experience it. But I think being intentional and willingness to learn as well. So for me, I'm still becoming. And yeah, I'm enjoying the process well at it. It's not perfect, far from it, but yeah.
And it's a process. And you mentioned the word challenges, and really that's where we grow. We grow from those challenges. We have those obstacles that life throws in front of us, and we make that choice to either stop and let those obstacles define us, or we find a way of dealing with it. And whatever that is, whether we leave it alone or go through it, it's taking us on a different journey. And it's always, like you say, a process, a different path, and always evolving and always learning. And I truly believe that that's the way that you can stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, absolutely. It's just bringing my mind back to a lot of things and experiences, and not only emotional, physically, having to be in a country that is 23, did I say 23? No, 33 and above temperatures, and having to come in and, when winter is always going to surprise you. I have experienced about 4 seasons of winter, and it's always different, right?
Yeah.
And it's that environment where you have to keep to yourself sometimes, be indoors, and it does a lot to your mental health. And for me, being in the mental health space as well, every day I hear stories. And it encourages me, and I'm glad to share such stories because, hey, you're not alone. I am not alone. It makes me human. I keep repeating this phrase, that makes me human.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because I know that, you've mentioned that coming into this was not really planned, and it sort of fell into your lap. So when you decided to take on the role of working at this nonprofit and dealing with, issues of mental health and trauma, what was it about that opportunity? Was it, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this opportunity? Or did it surprise you in a way that maybe this wasn't the direction that I was looking at, but it found it?
Okay, yeah. So actually, I was looking for something that work in a non-profit charity organization, giving back to people. And as I mentioned earlier, the sponsorship and fundraising background and education that I received. And so when this opportunity came for being a fundraiser and a wellness ambassador, I was like, hey, yes, I love talking to people. I always want to help people reach their goals in so many ways. And so I was super excited, started part-time. And guess what? The organization reached out to me and said, Magda, we want you to be full-time right here. Like, yeah, why not? Absolutely. Before then, I thought of my marketing and sales background, software experience I had, and then the fundraising, charity, non-profit, bring it all together, bring in my experience. And then I still didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew it was going to be centered around this 3 points, right? And so, yes, this opportunity that I got is a starter, and I'm looking forward to moving on and, I mean, impacting, giving back to society. Yes, absolutely. Because I also received mental health counseling. So for my organization, they provide free mental health counseling for those who cannot afford it. Yes.
Yes.
And those who cannot get access to the therapy itself.
Yes.
Yes. There's a long wait line out there.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's such a crisis going on right now with mental health and you know, homelessness and all the rest of it. And so working for an organization that is providing that service and free of charge for those who can't afford it. I mean, that's just so wonderful.
Yeah, it brings me a lot of joy because I am a beneficiary of it. And the stories I hear every day about the interventions of mental health and having to talk to a therapist, even venting out. It does a lot to the human being. And I'm so blessed and privileged to be here to give back. I'm honored, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, and we need more people like you to be able to provide that service and just knowing that there's a need out there and being able to provide and using your experience and not just your own personal experience, but all the education and all the experience back home. And as you say, bringing all those 3 points together. And I want to bring in the HR part of it as well, because in HR, you know, it is reaching out and trying to mitigate issues that are happening on the employee level, but then taking that and applying it to what you're doing now is really, truly making a big difference.
Yeah, fits very well. Absolutely. I love to meet people, interacting with people and all that. And it's all within the same space. Finding solution for situations and all that, yes. And it is something that I know there's a lot of advocacy and a lot of talks about mental health and the need out there. I'm glad to be part of the conversation.
Absolutely, and I'm glad that you found your passion and you found something that really works for you and for the direction that you want to go in.
Right.
Now, you had mentioned, you know, as an immigrant coming to Canada, and then also talking to others, their experience here in Canada. Is that something that you want to maybe pursue either through what you're doing now, or maybe as an aside, helping those that are new to Canada, helping them to understand and maybe navigating what that journey would be like?
Great. So Jenny, you took the thought out of my head. That's a new phrase from me. Yes, absolutely. Because the immigrant stories, there are so many untold stories out there, right? And it also takes a lot of effort to come out for people to even identify what they are going through. So I'm looking at helping the immigrant community as well, but not only the immigrant community, the entire community at the end of the day. And this is going to improve lifestyle. It's going to improve workplace behaviors and all that, because whatever we feel indoors, we bring out, we manifest it outdoors. If you're not happy inwards, you cannot, let's say, exert positive energy, right?
Right.
So absolutely. So the immigrant community is something that I'm looking at, maybe in the near future, but I'm ever ready and willing to be part of that conversation and to start something from that angle as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I'm so glad to hear that, because I know that with your experience and your passion and just the person you are, just, so very positive and loving and caring
Thank
about
you.
people and caring about your community, I know that, there's so much more that is in store for you.
Thanks so much, Jenny. And I would say that I have learned a lot from you, your personality itself, welcoming. And yeah, keep doing what you're doing. We need a lot of Jennys, right?
Well, we need
And
a
this
lot
is
of Magdas.
Oh, thank you. And I also want to say thanks to this amazing platform, bringing a lot of cultures together, diversity, and it is very important. Is sending that message out there. The message is you're not alone.
Yes, I love that.
We're not alone. So whatever it is that you could be experiencing out there, remember you're not alone. Talk to somebody. If you can't talk to somebody, you can talk to God. That's what I'll say. And there are a lot of interventions out there that we don't know about. It amazed me when I found myself in this field. I tried looking up a lot of organizations that give help. There are a lot out here. So yes, thank you so much for what you're doing. And I believe this is a platform to spread the good news.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Magda, for being on and sharing your journey and your story, and I'm just so excited about what the future has for you, and the difference that you are making now, but also the difference that you're going to make for so many communities, and like, you said, the immigrant community, but even those that are out there that are looking for someone to listen, to just be there, just to let them know that they're seen and that they're valued.
Thank you so much, Jenny. I also look forward to that.
Wonderful.
And thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, my pleasure. So this has been Coffee with Genny B on the U Multicultural channel. I'm your host, Jenny Sakovac.